In this video, we're going to go through some of the most common keyboard shortcuts that you can use to boost your productivity and help you write DAX faster. We're going to go through a list of shortcuts that I personally find useful and hopefully can help you as well if you don't know them yet. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's jump in. I work a lot with Power BI and I work a lot with DAX. So creating calculated columns, measures, tables. And for the longest time, I never really bothered to use keyboard shortcuts because let's face it, it's not really the most essential skill that you need to have in order to be able to create good reports. However, if you work with DAX long enough, knowing some of the shortcuts and having them ingrained in your muscle memory can really help out in the long run, especially if you do a lot of things over and over again. So let's start with some of the basics here. So I'm going to open up a DAX table here, which I've created, which is a typical calendar table that I create for most of my reports. I picked this example specifically because it has a lot of DAX code lines that we can use to demonstrate to you some of the kind of DAX specific keyboard shortcuts that I utilize these days. So looking at my screen here, depending on how big your screen are, the font size of this formula bar can be a little bit small. If you hold Control and scroll up and down from your mouse wheel, you will be able to make the font size bigger or smaller. One annoying thing that I find when you're doing this is that the formula bar usually covers the report page. So when you're working on a DAX item, for example, and you accidentally click a DAX formula, it will cover up the report page itself. Now you can toggle the formula bar by simply clicking the collapse or expand icon on the top right, or a shortcut for this would be Control J. IntelliSense is a useful feature that gives you hints on what you can write. So for example, if I go to the year here and let me just try to delete this. As I type year, you will see that it will give me some suggestions based on what I can write that matches the kind of string that I've written so far. You can simply use the arrow keys to navigate through each one of these functions that you can use and then hit tab to select any of them, which will autofill from your formula bar. Sometimes, and it happens quite frequently, IntelliSense does not pop up even though it should. And usually that's a cause of concern because sometimes there might be like some syntax errors, but in some cases there is no syntax errors and IntelliSense just doesn't show up. So you can actually force IntelliSense if it doesn't show up by hitting Control Space. That will force the IntelliSense pop-up bar to come up and give you some context. Now let's move on to the navigation of the DAX code itself. If you want to move lines of code, like for example, we want to move the year, month, and year, month sort to be above here, just above quarter number, what you would typically do is highlight it, Control X, and then paste it at the bottom here. And that way, when you preview your calendar, it will be sorted in this order. However, if I just undo that and put it back here, an easier way that you can do this is by simply having your cursor on the line that you want to move and use Alt and arrow keys to move it up or down on it. So you can see year, month is now being moved. And all I need to do is simply just go back to the year, month sort and then hold Alt once again and then arrow key up. That will be moving that line up or down my DAX line of code. This also works on multiple lines if you have multiple lines selected. So if I highlight both of these lines and use Alt arrows once again, you'll see that both of them will be moved across different lines of my DAX code. If you select Alt Shift arrow key, it will create a duplicate of the line that you're currently in, either up or down. This is a handy shortcut if you want to create multiple versions of the same code, but tweak it with just slight differences. And same as the previous one, if you have multiple lines selected and use Alt Shift arrow, it will do a duplicate of all of the lines that you have selected. You can comment bits of code by adding a double forward slash before it or a double dash, and this bit of code basically gets ignored. So it's typically used for commenting, adding some internal comments, or maybe just commenting out some bits of code, which is useful for debugging. You can do that by just simply writing it like this, and then you will see it's highlighted green. Or you can also just simply have the line that you want commented and use Control forward slash and it will just comment out that line for you. And it also works the other way around. So if you want to uncomment a line, you can simply do the same keyboard shortcut and it will uncomment that line for you. This one is the one that I frequently use a lot because I do a lot of commenting when I'm debugging my DAX measures. And this way, same as before, I can simply just select multiple lines of my DAX calculation and do comment or uncomment when I need to. So that saves me a lot of time instead of having to comment all of them all at once. Indenting your DAX code drastically improves its readability. It's especially useful if you have long DAX codes with complex or nested functions. There are many ways that you can do this. You can just simply go to that line and simply hit tab, and that will indent it for you. You can use Shift Tab to then unindent, which is fairly simple. You can use Control box bracket to basically indent or unindent a line of row without having to highlight everything or having your cursor at the beginning of that line. So like this. If you want Power BI to automatically format DAX for you to have all of these indentations and line breaks, Power BI Desktop can do it for you via the DAX query view. So just on my table here, I have a test measure, which is, it's a bit nonsense really, but it has some calculations here that uses multiple functions inside other functions. And it's in one line, which as it is not very easy to read. If we go to the DAX query view here, right click on our test, quick queries, define and evaluate. On the top here, you can click format or Shift Alt F. That will create those indentations and format your measure for you. All you need to do from here is simply update the model with your changes. And then when you go back to that measure now in the report view, there you go. So you have all of those indentations implemented on your DAX without you needing to do it manually. If I have my cursor here on quarter number, for example, if you hold Alt click and select any other lines in your DAX, it will add a cursor in that. So for example, here I have two cursors now, and I'll be able to type all at once by just having those multiple cursors on those multiple lines. So if I wanted to rename it, that's just how you would do it faster. If you want to update all instances all at once, so for example, we want to change all instances of this date reference, all you have to do is first of all just select that and Control Shift L. That will add a cursor and highlight all of those instances. So if you want to change it to something else, like, I don't know, like another date key or something, that will update all of those instances for you. And that's really it for this video. I hope you didn't find this video too basic, and I hope you learned some new shortcuts that you can start using to help you out. And by the way, I didn't cover a lot of the shortcuts that exist, and actually there's quite a bit that you can do, not just in DAX, but also for other parts of, Power BI Desktop. But if you're ever curious in finding out more about the shortcuts themselves, not just for the DAX formula bar, but also for any other shortcuts in Power BI, you can use Shift ? To open up the keyboard shortcuts. This is just a summary of some of the shortcuts that you can do in Power BI Desktop, but clicking See More will actually open up the official Microsoft blog post with a detailed list of all the different shortcuts that you can do in different parts of Power BI Desktop. So this could be useful if you're trying to look for different ways to speed up your development. If you can't find it somehow, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below so you can check it out yourself.